So now we get to the saddest part of the show. What will Chris Stanley be doing?
Well, last year I lied to everyone and said I was going to be with my girlfriend on Long Island. That was a lie because we had broken up months prior to that.
Is that right?
Yeah. And
why would you lie?
It really hurts me. Because,
why does it hurt you?
Because I had a feeling. I started to sense that maybe that was the case, and I was reaching out, and you continued to lie.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Look, he tried to tell you at the Christmas party when he attempted to jam his tongue in your mouth.
What the fuck is that
and was groping.
I don't remember what happened there.
Let me tell you this.
What?
You were turned away groping Gail.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why is this coming up?
You did succeed with another friend of ours.
Fucking shit.
Which I saw on the street, and I was just like, I'm sitting on a stoop.
Oh, God.
On a stoop, not on a stoop. I would burn. So I'm having a little cigar, and I look down and just see Chris mashing with somebody that we know. Just so uncomfortable. It's the makeout and moving back and forth with the arms on the back like that. And there was, I'll just say, what's that? He did the same with you?
No. I'm just saying.
He attempted that.
Just embrace it.
Yes.
That's just what you've done.
I mean, I can't change the past. Ron.
I will tell you this.
Yes.
There was an attempted
rape.
Come on.
I'll just say Trump. That I saw from the stoop while I was smoking.
Sounds like
and
me.
this was me. I'll go. I was sitting there smoking. I'm going, and he's always lecturing how much he loves his girlfriend. And I said, I'll save this for at least a year.
She was long gone at the time, so it was totally fine.
Oh, no. I get it now. I mean, I think that I was stupid, that I didn't suspect. I just thought that you were,
Just drank 3 bottles of vodka.
This is before you even started drinking.
Oh, my God.
I should just remind you and the listening audience, even if you're single, that's still rape and sexual assault.
I want to say closer to sexual assault than rape.
But you're just like, you can't use as a defense, like, oh, it's fine, I was single.
Yeah, you can never get away with it.
I was single when I grabbed the pussy.
Drunk doesn't get you off either.
What about both? What about the combination thereof?
No.
Look, you think you could rob
Even
a bank and say, look, I was single and drunk. Ron. I just had a nasty breakup. But I will say this, while you were acting that way, and this is true,
yes,
you did seem to be lonely boy to me. Mm-hmm. Like there was something so sad and needy and pathetic more than a Viking-type sexual assault. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It was dark.
I will say, you have friends that took care of you. Because when you started to get handsy, Vito was just like, dude, you are making a mistake of a lifetime. He was like right there to like pull people away.
But nobody was mad at you. Everybody was just easing you away from it.
Oh, God, help me.
Yeah.
He's not, though. He's not going to help. I just do things.
Yeah.
Bad things.
You're a bad person.
I'm a fucking bad person. It's for
and that's
real.
probably why you don't have anyone to spend Thanksgiving with.
Oh, no.
Now, you've been invited out anywhere.
I've had multiple invites.
Would you like some plantains? Because...
Platanos, as they say down there.
What do they say?
Platanos.
Is that true?
That's Spanish.
That's Spanish.
That's Spanish for plantain.
Okay, she's not Spanish.
Trinidad is not Spanish or has never been controlled by Spain.
My mistake, Jen.
The face of a person realizing they're a racist. There's nothing like it.
I just know plantains are platanos in Spanish, that's all.
Why don't you give us the Spanish for turkey then? Thank you.
I know pollo is chicken.
Oh, God. You're
Grande
racist
pollo?
between chicken and turkey. So anyway, you'll be alone. You don't want to accept any of these.
I haven't accepted.
Diner food?
Well, last year I did eat a turkey club, unironically. That's just what I wanted. I wasn't just doing it to be weird.
Just eating a turkey club. I'm all alone in the world.
No.
Why do I sexually assault every woman?
Not everyone.
You were pretty bad.
I'm sure I will. I blacked out.
Where would you like to go? Would you like to have Trinidadian? Is it Trinidadian?
Yeah, Trinidadian.
Or food? Jewish food, Italian food, Polish food. We got everybody's offering you.
Yeah.
And thank you. I appreciate it.
Why do you want to be alone?
I just don't like to be a burden on anyone, and I like to just do things the Stanley way.
Now, would you also like to say why she broke up? Was there a specific reason?
No, I'm not going to
announce
talk
it.
about that. Nope.
But you know why, right?
It was just years of me being an asshole. Let's just say this is a buildup of.
So physical abuse is
and
what you
this
Seriously, no. What the fuck?
because that sounds like you're ready to hit
mean? Yeah,
them.
you're just like,
Now, the other thing, Chris, is
Yes.
all your friends dumped you too. So
Yeah.
you must have done something. They're not going to say, "Oh, for years he's been dickish."
Look, everyone knows I was a fucking off the rails, fucking booze hound.
yeah.
Okay.
So you sexually assaulted your friend.
No sexual assault,
And
Physically
you
assaulted
haven't
your
gone
own-
back to drinking yet.
not yet. But I feel like it's not going to happen. I mean, with the winter season coming, it's fucking
Come
holiday
so far.
season. Yeah, but
This
come
is
on.
a hard time. I mean, I've been sober forever, and Christmas season is difficult
It's
for
the
me.
hardest.
Well, I think of the thick brown liquors that you get to drink.
Yeah,
all
and
through
like
this.
the last 3 Christmases, it was like every day.
Sure.
It was bad.
Can you at least wait till after the Christmas party this year?
Okay.
I think, after the hospital trip last year, there's been some talk of a non-alcohol Christmas party.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So we're all punished.
Or yes, everybody's part, or at least a beer and wine place,
Oh.
so that
Okay.
he won't be able to,
Yeah.
as he did last year, blame us for the
Sure.
vodka that was drank. And I would love to go back to that place this year.
Oh, I know. It would be amazing.
I didn't want to leave the restaurant that night, right? Like I was just like,
No, you went back into the kitchen, sat on a small chair, and fell asleep while they were demanding that I get you out. And I go like this. I had to say to the guy, look, I get that you don't want him in here, but we spent a lot of fucking money. Don't fucking keep yelling at me. But you were down, drooling on yourself and all that.
that makes sense.
And then we got you outside, which was 10 feet, take another chair, 10 feet, take another chair, 10 feet. I had Vito was in charge of you. And then we put you in an Uber, and we thought, we're done. Our responsibility's over.
Yeah, but then I woke up. Well, see, the last thing I remember of that night is taking a bite of steak, which was, I guess, was the entree of the evening.
Yes, there was so much more food and drink that happened
And
after
dancing.
that steak.
And molesting.
I black out, and then wake up into the hospital at Mount Sinai in Astoria, Queens.
Big crack on the back of your head.
Fucking hands covered in blood, back of the head cracked open, and we had no idea how that happened the next day because I didn't tell you guys.
To this day, no, we saw you at work. To this day, I'm hoping it was your blood on your hands and not a young co-ed
No, I'm not.
on her way back from nursing school.
Jesus Christ! I definitely would have been arrested if it was someone else's blood. They let me out of the hospital. I kind of just walked out, but whatever.
And left Gail with what should have been about a 1.5-mile trip. What was it, $70 Uber
Yeah,
bill?
something like that.
It was huge.
60
It was
or
a huge-
70.
Yeah. Probably we figured they must charge extra for puke cleanup.
Look, I found out the next day, I called the hospital, that I only puked until after I ran away from the EMTs, ran into a wall, cracked my head open, and started vomiting. That was when I was told I started vomiting. There was no vomit apparently.
And that's probably why they took you, because they thought you had a head injury.
I did get a CAT scan, I was told. No recollection of this whatsoever. No, they put me in a fucking CAT scan machine, and I don't remember.
They could have just as easily put you in a coffin. And you wouldn't remember.
0.34 alcohol level.
Anyway, you have ruined Thanksgiving even this year.
I don't want to ruin
I
things.
want to remind everybody coming up a little bit, it is us live at the Hard Rock Cafe, and you'll hear some of your favorite comedians. And even though the only intern that's with us now is Connor, but we've got to thank Sweet Boy for what a great job he's done this year. Nick at Night.
Sweet boy.
Sweet Boy is such a tremendous intern. I love that. I love that Sweet Boy with all my heart.
That's really nice.
That's so sweet.
It's creepy.
He was a great gift from Wally.
Wally's coming in soon, right?
Yes, he
Oh,
is, yes.
good.
Wally, the cue card guy, is going to come in. And we also want to thank the other intern who's going to win the Seinfeld trivia, Marcus Hook.
Thanks, Marcus.
All right, there's one person who said it. Chris, what are you most thankful for this year?
I'm most thankful for the Bennington show for you
Are
guys.
you really?
And I'm being fucking 100% serious.
Then
All
why
right, then
yell
why
it
are
and
you
why curse?
screaming at
That's
us?
not the way people
We're
give
your
thanks.
Because I know I have this history of lying, but I'm not lying. I'm being totally...
You don't have a history of lying. You lied to us because you were embarrassed that you didn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
A girlfriend that I saw once in the entire 8 years that I've known you.
Well, the Vaselines were here.
I never had a chance to meet her. I
She
never
came in
met
for
her.
the Vaselines.
Oh, I love the Vaseline. See, we would have got along.
I don't know.
So you said you're thankful that you got away with so many lies?
No. I'm thankful for you guys, for the Bennington show. I love you guys, and this is fucking what I love to do every day. And I get to work with you, and it's fucking awesome.
Stop saying fuck when you're doing the thank you, dude.
God, it's sorry.
Comes across bad. Vita, what are you thankful for this year?
I'm thankful for a bunch of things. One, you guys brought me to Montreal. That was a blast. I had a ball.
That
out
was
there.
a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, me and Gail had a great time out
Yeah,
there.
we really bonded, became best friends.
And no molestation?
No,
Thanks.
actually, I never once
Zero.
was molested by him. He was a perfect gentleman.
I'm not going to let this one down.
So that was a lot of fun. Thank you for that. And thanks to Wally for bringing me my sweet boy.
All right, Jen, this is the audience's first day of getting to know you, so I'm sure they're going to want to know what you're thankful for.
Well, I'm thankful for my family. They've been supporting me for so long. And then I'm also thankful for this opportunity to work with you guys. I love it so far.
Are you having fun, really?
I really am.
Good.
It's been very entertaining every single day.
It is bizarre, isn't it? It's a
weird- yeah.
weird show. Connor, what about you? What are you thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful that another show I was on kind of went up in smoke, and now I'm here.
Oh, my God.
Because this is great. 'Cause this is way better.
Oh, boy.
Bold, this one.
Yeah, he's bold.
Sexy Connor.
He's bold.
If I had the glasses on, I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, you ought to
Oh, yeah, that's
put on dark glasses to get out of the building. It was a very funny line, now. Well, this is why the ladies love him.
Oh, I know. He's a
The
charmer.
ladies love him.
He's bold.
All age groups, too.
Yeah.
From the very young, the not quite legal yet.
They all can't get enough of this kid.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him that Thanksgiving night. He was up without the glasses on and stopped myself. I was like, "Damn, Connor, looking good." That's what I said in my head. And I was like, "Go to the green room." I left my notebook.
Wouldn't that have been bad if you would have said that into a mic while we're doing the
Damn.
show? We're all looking
Damn, Connor,
over.
you look good. You looking good these days. What's up?
Gail, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. I'm thankful for our new president. I'm really excited. Next 4 years, just going to be really great. I'm thankful for this show, and getting to work with Ron Bennington every day is just the coolest thing in the world.
That's
And
nice.
kind of what I always, in a weird way, like never realized is what we always have been doing, and it made perfect sense. And I can't believe we're 2 years into this. It's really wild.
The only thing different than the way that Gail and I talk to each other on the radio and off the radio is snacks. That's the only thing.
We tend to
normally
snack.
would have snacks.
You'll get more snacks.
And also just thankful for the amount of really cool people we've got to meet over this year. Just incredibly funny comics and amazing guests, and it's been a crazy year.
Well, it's certainly been like an evolved year too. Like, we've done more live performances in the past 5 weeks than I probably did for years and years and years.
It's a really cool thing, and it made this year so unique, and it makes me excited for where we're going, because the amount of live stuff that, when I had first started this show was like a brand new thing. I mean, really the first time I had done a live gig was 1 year ago at the Thanksgiving show. And I
Now
had
you've
no
done
idea.
tons.
And now we've done tons. I mean, we've done tons just in this last month.
I know.
So
But the difference between like last year doing Thanksgiving, like where you were like thinking about it leading up, and this time where you just like just walked up on the stage from mid conversation.
yeah, we got it.
Yeah. No. We'll think of something. We always do. But and that's also to our friends like Big J and Christine, Robert Kelly and Voss and Bonnie just dragging us back out on stage. I mean, to have people like that are your friends. And here's another amazing thing about doing the show is the amount of times that I'll be watching TV or watching a movie and think there's a buddy of ours. I mean, we really do know some of the most creative, funniest people in the world. And in my case, people that I idolized when I was younger who come back and do this show, you know, time and time again. And I know it's got to be even a lot more for you guys, for all of you guys. You know, people that you were crazy about when you're younger and you have... Well, we just did it a week ago with you, Gail, with your favorite movie when you were a little girl.
Yeah.
And then he comes walking in.
Carrie Elways comes in, and it's like, how did that just happen? Which is like a cool experience, and we have like tons of cool people, and then all of a sudden you get taken out of it and go, wait, if I was a little kid seeing me have this conversation, my head would explode.
Yeah. And we get to do that kind of stuff all the time thanks to you folks that are listening. And like we said, you know, the people that are here, you know, for Thanksgiving, most of them is just because they live around here. But anybody listening to this show, and you think, oh, I'd get along with those folks. You're right. You would. We've had enough of that experience that when we meet people from all over the country, or how quickly did we make friends with our listeners in Montreal, where one of them now, it feels like he's part of the team.
Yeah. Justin is like part of the team now.
Weird. Life is weird. So I can just say that I'm thankful for a lifetime of doing this. It really has been an incredible ride. And I think about Fezzy on a show, but people that I've done all the shows with my whole career, it's just been so much fun. My family today that we're going to be spending time with. Everybody at the Interrobang that's been, just opened this up to a whole nother way of doing this. It's been absolutely a fun ride. And if you would have told me years ago that I would end up being friends with somebody who sexually assaults even a member of my family, and that I would be able to not only forgive, but
thank you,
keep the person on. You know what I mean? No,
Oh, Jesus.
That's come a long way. Jen, welcome to the team as well. And
thank you guys so much.
I hope one day you'll be Vito's sweet girl. I think that if you could have a sweet boy and a sweet girl. But you're not interested in girls, are you, Vito?
No, I'm just having my own thing right now. Rough breakup a year ago.
So ripped me off.
Oh, yeah, you did that. You went through another rough breakup.
Yeah, I went through a real rough breakup a year ago. Me and Chris never told me he was going through it when I was going through it.
No,
so
I'm not going
I don't have anybody to talk to.
But both of you have decided not even to date in the last year?
Yeah, I'm just focusing on myself.
Yeah, that's
doing a great job.
Masturbation.
20 pounds of 20 pounds of muscle, guys. 20 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, that comes up a little later on in the show. Spoiler alert.
I found being a loaf of white bread earlier today.
Chris, are we throwing it to break, or are we going right into the...
We're going to throw it to break, then we're going to come back with...